Handwriting. Inquisitive people would notice how vastly handwriting can differ from one person to another. But why? Why aren't our handwritings in sync? We certainly are writing the same alphabets and letters, so what causes this intense variation? Is it simply humanity's inability to achieve perfection, or is there something more to it? Ladies and gentlemen, I am Teja Sofea, and today, allow me to introduce you to the enlightening world of graphology. But before we start talking about graphology, let us address the elephant in the room. What is graphology? In layman terms, graphology means how the way you write can tell about you. Just like how every voice is distinct and unique in its own way, the same theory can be applied to handwriting as well. And I'm sure you're excited to find out what your handwriting says about you. So join me for an activity. Take out a pen and paper and write this sentence down. A quick brown fox jumps over the sleeping dog. I'll repeat one more time. A quick brown fox jumps over the sleeping dog. Done? Let's begin. Today, I'll be dissecting 4 aspects of your handwriting. To start off with is the size. Have you ever noticed anyone with a very large handwriting? Or maybe someone with a minuscule handwriting that you can't even read? Do you ever wonder what that could mean? Well, did you know that the size is a representation of how comfortable a person feels when taking up space in a room? So, large letters may indicate extroversion or a need for attention, while small letters may indicate introversion and also great attention to detail. Secondly, do you notice your letters leaning forwards, or are they reclining backwards? If your letters have a tendency to lean forwards, that could mean you are a more emotionally forward and outgoing person, contrary to those with letters that lean backwards, which suggests a more emotionally reserved and introspective personality. Moreover, let us look at the pressure you've applied to your pen while you are writing. The pressure applied can reveal the intensity of emotions you felt while you were writing. So, heavy pressure meant there was a lot of strong emotions, such as raging anger or a strong passion, while light pressure can indicate a more relaxed and laid-back demeanor. Perhaps you were writing when you were feeling at peace, or maybe you were a little tired. Lastly, let's look at how fast you were writing. Did you notice your speed when you were writing? Well, fast writers tend to be more energetic and impulsive, or perhaps they're very busy and they don't have a lot of time for things. While slow writers tend to be the type to stop and smell the roses. They are often more detail-oriented, diligent, and/or relaxed. So, how will all of this come into play in our daily lives? How can we use graphology? Well, in the field of forensics, graphology can be employed to examine question documents, such as forged signatures, ransom notes, or anonymous letters. Graphologists can examine certain characteristics of the letters, such as letter formations, to determine the authenticity or authorship of the document. Secondly, to understand others, we must understand ourselves first. Graphology can be used as a tool for personal development or maybe self-discovery. By analyzing one's own handwriting, we can gain insights on personality traits, strengths, weaknesses, and even areas for potential development. This provides valuable feedback for personal growth or self-awareness. But I'm afraid I'm running low on time. So if you are interested in graphology, I highly recommend you to look up more on this subject because there is so much more to it, and I am very deeply interested in it, as you can tell. But in this era of globalization, we must use every and any tool at our disposal to better understand ourselves and the world around us. But as a final disclaimer, graphology is extremely complex, and my presentation today is an extremely watered down version of it. So just because one trait of your handwriting says that you're extroverted or energetic doesn't necessarily mean you are. Graphology requires you to look at the bigger picture and see traits that are reoccurring, and then that will better determine your personality. That is all from me today. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish all of you a good day. Thank you.